The Finder is an app, but also a built-in part of macOS. It's the part that allows you to view and manage your files. You can tell you're in the Finder when you see Finder here in the menu bar. You can always get to it by clicking on Finder in the dock. You can launch the Finder like a regular app, and you'll find that you can also get to it by just clicking on any Finder window. A Finder window is what you use to view files. So if you don't have one open at the moment but you're in the Finder, you can always go to File, New Finder Window. And that opens up a new Finder window. You can open up several of them, which is useful for, say, when you want to view two different locations, two different folders, and maybe move files between them. A Finder window behaves like a regular window. You can click and drag from the top like that, and you can resize by grabbing the sides or corners. The contents of the Finder window are folders and files, but there are 4 different ways to view those. You'll find them here at the top, these 4 buttons. If the Finder window is too small, they compress into one button. You click it and then you can access the 4 views like that. The first view is icon view. Everything looks like icons. So for instance here I see a bunch of folders in this folder called Documents, and if I would to double click on a folder I can go down and I can see a bunch of files. I can see the icons for those files. Now a second view is list view. It's this one right here. If you use that, then everything is in a list with columns, so you have name, date modified, size, and kind. You've got folders like this, and you can double click to dive down into a folder. I'm going to use the very convenient back button here to go back up. You can also open and close a folder in this same view here using the disclosure button or triangle right here. This folder is already open and I can close it like that, open it again. So you can view not only the folders in this folder, in the Documents folder, but the files inside. And actually you can go down many levels if you like. Some of these will have subfolders in them. Like for instance this folder called Personal has a subfolder called Cars, and I can open that up as well. So you can go many levels deep in list view. Column view is another way to view things. And it will divide everything up into columns. Here I see one level above where I was. So this is in my main user folder here, and I could see various folders like desktop, documents, downloads. This is the Documents folder. I have documents selected there, and you can see documents appear here. This is all the folders we were looking at before. I could dig down into Personal here and it opens up another column. I could dig down into Cars here and I could see what's in that. In this case there's just one file. If I want to do gallery view I could do that. Let's go and take a look at a folder that has various things like this. So I'm in here. Let's go into gallery view for this. And you can see those same items are now across the bottom. So a video, 2 folders, a text document, another file, another text document. I could use this as a way to preview what I have. So this is very useful when you have a folder that is mainly images. For instance this miscellaneous folder here, if I go into gallery view with that, it's easy for me to go through these images and see what I've got and select the right one. I can even use the arrow keys here. Matter of fact you can use the arrow keys and other keys to navigate around in most of these. For instance in column view here you can see what I have selected and I can use the down arrow and up arrow, left and right. In list view I could also go up and down. If I go up a level, and a handy way to go up a level is to use the command key, command click, and then you can select something above this folder. But you could also use command up arrow to go up. And then you can say I can navigate around here in list view. I could even use the right arrow to open a folder and left arrow to close it. The same thing in icon view. I can navigate around with the arrow keys like this, and then command O will open up either a file or a folder. You can find command O and other keyboard shortcuts just by looking in the menus like we saw before. Notice in column view that when you select a file you get a preview of it on the right. Whether it's a PDF, a text document, if it's an image, you'll get a preview like that. With videos and sound you can even play the preview. That's one way to get a preview, and you can actually use that in all views. Obviously you don't need it in gallery view because it already has a big preview there. But say in list view if you want to use previews you can do view, show preview, and then you get that there on the right side. Sometimes people end up with this and they don't know how it happened because it's the keyboard shortcut Shift Command P, and that's also what you use to close it. You can even use this in icon view. I'll do Shift Command P here, and anything I select is going to show me a nice preview here on the right. I can even drag this line to the left a little bit to give it more space. Another way to preview files is to use Quick Look. So with Quick Look you select a file and then you simply press the space bar and it brings up this Quick Look window. And this allows you to view any kind of document kind of in a temporary fashion. You're not actually opening it and working with it. You're just getting a view for what it is. So if you can't tell which one of these you need, you can use Quick Look for it and it will bring that up. If you use the arrow keys to navigate around, like notice I'm right here, if I use the left arrow key you can see I now select this one and the preview, the Quick Look preview, changes to show that. So I could go into list view. Let's do Command up to go up a level, and I could say hit the space bar here, get Quick Look for what I have selected, but then use the arrow keys to go down and even navigate around as I like in the Finder window here with Quick Look remaining open. So Quick Look's really handy for previewing files without actually taking up extra space like the preview pane is here, although I like to use this primarily and not Quick Look. So that's how to deal with the content in a Finder window. Notice there's also this left sidebar here. This has things under favorites like desktop and documents, applications, and you can use these as a quick way to get to these locations. When you're at a location, like let's go here to iCloud. There's a special section here for iCloud. We can go to iCloud Drive Documents, and let's say I want to use this folder all the time. I can drag it over here to Favorites and add it in. This doesn't create a copy of anything. This is just a shortcut. Right now I'm in iCloud Drive, Documents, and I go to Current. But let's say I'm not there. Let's say that I am somewhere else, like the Documents folder like that. I could click on Current and it takes me into that folder. So it makes it much easier. You can even drag and drop things there. These sections can be expanded and shrunk using the little reveal buttons there. You also see other things here like tags and locations. And you can customize what's here in the left sidebar by going to Finder Settings and then Sidebar. And there's some general things you can easily add and remove. Like you can add the Movies folder that's in your Home folder or the Music folder if you want. This is where you would add or remove recents if you don't want that there, and other things as well. And also what sort of things you'll show under locations like external disks and such. So you can highly customize this. You can also customize the Finder with what happens when a new window appears, which folder it starts with. And I also want to talk about this Recents folder. This Recents folder really isn't a folder. It's not a location at all. There is no place on your drive called Recents. This is just a list of all of the files you've recently opened. So if you see a file in Documents, say, and you also see it in Recents, there's only one copy of that file. Its real location is in Documents, but it will appear in this list because this is a convenient list to see your most recent documents. I mention this because some people really get into trouble when they see, say, this document here and they also see it in their Documents folder or somewhere else and they think they have two copies of it. So they want to get rid of one copy. They think I'll get rid of it from here and they delete it, not realizing they're actually deleting the copy that's in their Documents folder. There's only one copy of it. Recents is not duplicates of anything at all. Other times people will see Recents and say, well, I don't want to see some of these files in Recents. So they'll select them and go to delete them, not realizing they're deleting the actual files that are, say, in their Documents folder or elsewhere. And then they're surprised to find those files are now missing. They thought they were deleting a second copy of it, or maybe they were removing it from the Recents list. But this is not something you can add or remove or customize. This is, by definition, a list of the recently opened files. So be careful when using the Recents folder.